Hey everybody, I don't know if I'll be posting this Wednesday morning, afternoon, or night, but I just did my middle of the night Sunday model cars and coffee thing, and I thought I might as well do another video real quick. And when I'm up at my sister's on Wednesday, I'll have a video for Wednesday show and tell. So I thought I'd go on a little back in time, some old memories here when I used to work at Monty's Motors, which later became Monty Shelton Motor Company, and Marc Jacobs Motor Company. I worked here first. This is back in about 86, 87. And I started detailing for him, so I thought I'd show you some of the cars I got to mess around with. He had a little lot there in Portland, so that's one of the rigs I did for him. These are not in order because they're all mixed up, and I didn't want to try organizing them because it's really late. But I wanted to do a video for Wednesday because that show and tell thing's pretty cool. So anyway, this is another Marc Jacobs Motor Company. He had just bought that Mercedes, brand new, and brought it back, and I did a little extra detail on it, some good wax and stuff, and conditioned interior and everything. So that was a really neat car. I used to have he left his bank statement for what he withdrew money for that. God, I don't know where it is, but it seems like it was like $37,000 or $38,000 or something like that. Does that sound right for back then? So yeah, I know it had to have been in the 30s. Anyways, a really neat car. Really good guy to work for, Marc Jacobs. But he downsized. He went to wholesaling instead of having a lot. So that's when I moved on to Monty Shelton. And here's something I did at Monty Shelton there. He had a really nice detail bay for me there. Pantera, that was really cool. Got to work on a lot of cars. A lot of cars I never got to mess with before, so that was pretty cool. There's another shot of it. Really neat car. Clean that thing up. And I got a little picture album thingy here. That was his mechanics. He raced a road course down there at Portland International Raceway, I think it was called, PIR. And this was his race car mechanic. I got a couple pictures of his race car too, here we'll get to, but he had a really sweet Porsche. He invented some kind of a ignition thing or a fuel thing or something, and I guess it caught on pretty good, but he's a pretty sharp guy. Oh, there's another shot. Oh, that's a Ferrari there. Got to work on a Ferrari. I got to do a few of those, which was fun. There's his race car, a little Porsche before it was all lettered up and stuff. And they were back to Marc Jacobs on his lot there. Neat little vet. And this we're back to Monty Shelton. And I can't remember what that is. Anybody recognize it? I worked on a lot of cars I'd never seen or heard of before. He was also a Rolls Royce Bentley dealership, so I got to work on a few Rolls Royces. Well, that was pretty cool. Got to drive him a little bit. Jaguar, XKE. I fell in love with those when I started detailing those. And there's some Triumphs there. I think that's 3 Triumphs if I remember right. Right back over here is where we detailed, and around that little wall there was the wash bay and where we did a lot of buffing. So that's pretty cool. And there's his other race car, a Vet. He got that the last year I worked there, and we striped it up, put the numbers on it, and helped him clean it up a little bit. Really neat car. There's another Jag. Beautiful car. That's probably the one I was jacking up with the jack right here, so you could pull the tires off and detail inside there, you know, the suspension and everything. And it slid off the jack and put a big old dent right. That was curved under quite a ways, and it just caved it in and just kind of slid up to about there. That was not good. Yeah, we had to take it to the body shop and get it fixed. But, you know, it was an accident. There's a white one. Really neat car. Guy fell in love with these things, man. Yeah, what do we got here? Oh, that's a Mercedes thing. I think that was like a 50 something or something. That's in the showroom there. He was a Jaguar, Saab, and Rolls Royce dealership. Plus, he sold a lot of used, you know, Porsches and stuff like that. There's no shot of that Mercedes. You guys see that old car in the background there. He was always buying and selling and auctioning. Got some pictures I'll show you of that. They were back to Marc Jacobs. Little Porsche there. You can see some of the stuff in the background. He had all kinds of stuff. There's one of those Jaguars. Again, that's at Marc Jacobs. That's at Marc Jacobs. I don't know what year that is. Oh, interesting little thing back there. Is that a Range Rover maybe? I love those too. God, those are so cool. And I don't know if that was his or if one of his buddies drove that in. I don't remember him having too many of those. Another Vet, which is cool. Another Porsche there. A little bit of glare, trying to keep it out of here for you guys. Fun times back then. I had a lot of fun. BMW. I was back before he painted his name up on the wall there. Yeah, he did that, and then it wasn't a year later, and he moved. But BMW there. Some of those other cars on the lot. There's a engine motor of the Jag. Another shot of it. Probably a lot of them came in really nice. We just spruced them up a little bit. Did a lot of fine detailing and cleaning and stuff like that. You need either wholesale them or sell them on the lot there. Nice interior there, that one. So anyway, hang on a sec and we'll go look at some more. I'll be right back. Okay, now we are out in the garage in the middle of the night because, well, I wanted to have something for Wednesday show and tell. So here's some more rides. There's another shot of that Mercedes that Marc Jacobs bought. That's just at a rod run. At a race. That's one of Monty Shelton's older things. He had quite a few of those. That's one of Monty Shelton's. That 40 pickup was awesome. He bought one of those. It was a little rough. We spruced it up as best we could. Sold it. Pretty cool little short track midget racer thing. That's his youngest son's motorcycle there. That's a car we did for Dick Morgan, a wholesaler, when we moved up here to Spokane. I rented that little shop right there, and then I rented the other bay, and he had me detail that. He had a lot of nice muscle cars. Dick Morgan, he passed away too. There's that white Jag. There's a red one. That's a neat little ride there. I don't know what that is. I can't tell by look. I think that's that Ferrari there, I think. There's that Pantera again. And I mentioned he'd go to auctions. We got to go to, he'd load up a car hauler and take a bunch of cars up to Tacoma for, I forget what the auction guy name was. How can I forget that? We went to a bunch of them. But he had the cars were hauled up, and then me and my boss back there, we drove a 39 coupe and a 46 or 47 coupe or convertible. We drove up from Portland to Tacoma for the auction. He paid our room and took us out to a nice dinner, and we just kept the cars clean and moved them around and dusted them off, drove them through the auction. There's a nice little Rolls. There's that old car in the background there. There's another shot of his race car mechanic's car. That's his oldest son's race car, 58. Monty Shelton was 57. His younger son was more into motorcycles when I left anyway. There's his 57 Vet. well, number 57. And that's his van back there that he drove around. And there's the 57. That's the Porsche that we looked at that wasn't numbered. And that is, he raced that for quite a few years in the Rose Cup, I think it was called, down there in Portland. And finally he won so much, and it was so fast. It was way way more technical race car than what they had class for there. So finally they said, yeah, don't race that no more. So he just kept it and displayed it. There's my boss back there, Tom. He's a super nice guy. It was a fun job. Loved working there. Got to work on lots of nice stuff and learned a lot. And yeah, it was a fun 3 years, I think it was, I was there. Had lots of fun. Anyway, that's show and tell. Bring back some memories. My kids were real little. Ben wasn't even born yet. But it was fun. Good place to work. You know, like I mentioned, he's passed away a couple of years ago. Crap, might have been 4 or 5 years ago by now. I don't know. That dealership's gone. Wish I had a picture of it. That's right across the street from the parts. The parts department and the service department is right over here. And this is a place he rented. It had a basement in it. And then there was a parts store above it. The parts store went out of business, so he owned the building, so he made a little like a little museum or whatever you want to call it. Had a lot of collector cars in there and a lot of stuff he was keeping, a lot of pictures and stuff. So he did that upstairs, and then behind that was his race truck and a lot of parts. And then in the basement we kept a lot of inventory, new Jags and Saabs and stuff. So it was pretty cool. I was down there probably in 2014 or so, and it was still there, and he was still kicking. He was retired. And then I looked online a few years ago, and the building that's right over here, it was there was a little hill. I have some other pictures I'll have to show you sometime. But below the service department and the parts department was the showroom, you know, where he sold the cars. And then he had a long little lot drive-in that went in back behind the showroom where we detailed cars and cleaned them back in there. And that's all gone. They tore it down and built a big old giant condo building. Kind of sad. I was just checking on what was going on, and I found that out, and kind of shocked me. Anyway, little history on what I did. A lot of fun. Hope you guys like looking at some of these old cars. Really cool. All right, I'm out of here. Now I'm gonna go to bed. I got another video for the week, so we're all good. So everybody take care, and I'll probably see you guys next weekend. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subbing, all that good stuff. Comments, I love reading those, don't forget. So we'll talk at you later. Bye.